Hey guys, so I realized last night that I never did a July wrap-up August TBR video. Now, at the very end of July, I was staying at my sister's and had just begun student teaching. I don't feel like I should feel bad for forgetting to make one because there was a lot going on, but at the same time, I've been doing these for so long that the fact that I forgot to film one really is bothering me, but there's nothing I can do about it now, so we're gonna move on. Luckily, I did only read 2 books in July and 2 in August, so combining them isn't difficult, so I'm going to have this be a July and August wrap-up and then a September TBR. The first book I finished in July was on my Kindle. It was Paper Hearts, Volume 1 by Beth Revis. This was a book I got for a review from NetGalley, and it is a writing advice book. There are 2 other books in Paper Hearts Volumes 2 and 3. I think those 2 are on publishing and marketing, I believe. I haven't read those. I only read the writing one. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really appreciated having a writing book written by a young adult author and getting that perspective for once, because I had never read a writing book that focused on writing young adult. I think this would be a good writing book for anyone, but she does use a lot of examples and things from YA, which I really appreciated. The only other book I managed to finish in July was The Street of Eternal Happiness by Rob Schmitz. I have the dust jacket because the actual book is actually in my bag right now. I'm rereading it during silent reading at school. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I really loved it. I got it for review, and I was expecting to enjoy it on some level, but I did not anticipate how much I would love this book. It's one of the best books I've read in a while. Written by a journalist who reports on China's economy for an American newspaper. I cannot remember which newspaper, Marketplace, but he wrote a book about people he met who lived on his street in Shanghai. I don't like things that jumps around between characters, but the way this book is structured really makes it make sense. I felt connected to everyone's stories in this book, and I highly recommend this book. Moving on to the 2 books that I managed to read in August. The first was The Art of Slow Reading by Thomas Newkirk. I do not have this book to show you either because my mentor teacher lent it to me to read, and I have already given it back to her. I gave the book 5 out of 5 stars. If you were in education, I would definitely recommend reading it. The last book I managed to read in August was The Eden Conspiracy by C.A. Gray, which is the 2nd book in the Liberty Box series. I am a member of the author's street team, so I did receive this book for a review, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Honestly, it's been so long since I read the first book that it may just be that the 2nd book is more recent to me, but I think I liked the 2nd book more than the first one, and I did enjoy the first one. But there is something about the 2nd book, it felt more on the edge of your seat, and high tension and suspense and just higher stakes, and basically everything you could want in a sequel. I really loved it. I recommend this series if you like dystopian. It's about the United States fell apart, people were dying, and then this guy came to power and everything got better almost overnight. And in the first book, some of the characters figure out that what's actually going on is they're being brainwashed, essentially. They're being sent electromagnetic waves that are affecting how they view the world. So all of the United States, except for a few problematic people that the government takes care of, are actually living in extreme poverty and are mostly starving and things, but they see nice houses and nice food, and they think that they're living in all this wealth when in reality most of them are starving to death. So if that sounds interesting to you, I would definitely recommend checking out the series. I'm going to move into my TBR for September. I'm currently reading 2 books, one of which I've been reading for a while. So my TBR is going to be those 2 books, and then I'll say 3 other books, which I don't know if that will happen or not. The first book I'm currently reading, which I'm not going to hold up for you because it's huge, is the Norton Literary Criticism Anthology. That's been in my past couple TBRs. It's a collection of a lot of literary criticism over from ancient Greece to now. Taking it very slowly, reading small bits at a time. I'm not very far in it, but I will continue to do that this month. The other book that I'm currently reading is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, parts 1 and 2, based on an original new story by J.K. Rowling, and then John Tiffany and Jack Thorne. And Jack Thorne actually wrote the play, which is definitely noticeable. It's not J.K. Rowling. I'm this far. I am currently on Act 2, Scene 13. I am not so much liking it. I've been very vocal about that on Goodreads when I update my progress. It doesn't feel like Harry Potter to me, and I feel like it should feel different because, one, it's a play, which is a new medium to experience Harry Potter in, except for a Harry Potter musical, but that's something else entirely. It's also noticeable it's not written by J.K. Rowling. I know she helped come up with the story, but I feel like it's noticeable that the writing itself isn't. Harry Potter, I'm not going to get into specifics, I don't want to get into spoilers here. I will say, and depending on how spoiler free you want to be, although I don't feel like anyone's at this level at this point in time because it's been quite a while. This book has been out now and I'm still not done with it. Scorpius Malfoy, I want to adopt him. I want to adopt Scorpius Malfoy so that I can save him from this book. Because this book is terrible and he does not deserve it. That's how I'm feeling about this. There's some parts in it that I'm like amused by, but those moments are a combination of amusement because of how terrible it is and like being amused because I'm supposed to be amused. I ran out of space on my memory card and I can't remember exactly what I was saying when I got cut off. Basically, I'm at least close to halfway through the book and I'm not really enjoying it, but I'm reading it. I'll talk more about it later. Then I plan to read Love and Decay Season 1 by Rachel Higginson. She wrote one of like my favorite series, Star-Crossed, and she had has a series of short like stories about zombies. And I think I have season 1 and she did them in like seasons, and there's a short story that's like an episode or whatever and she releases them weekly, but I bought like a whole season and I'm gonna read that. I don't really read or watch or have anything to do with zombies ever, and they're not really my thing, but she's talked before about how they weren't her thing either, yet she's ended up writing a zombie story. So I am intrigued and we'll see how that goes and we'll see if I keep up and read past what I have. And after that I want to read Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the illustrated edition, because I still haven't read it. I flipped through it and looked at how pretty it is, but I want to read the entire thing and really like take it all in. Plus, after reading Cursed Child, I may need this. And the last book that I want to read this month is also on my Kindle. It's Burned by Magic by Jasmine Walt, which is a new adult book that I don't remember much about from the time I downloaded it, but I think I got it for a review. I'm a bit confused because I thought it was from NetGalley, but then it's not listed on NetGalley, so I don't know anymore. But it is new adult, which I don't read much of, so I'm interested in seeing how it is. And that's all that I plan to read, but I don't think I'll get to all of that. We'll see how it goes, but I will see you guys later. Bye.